Hey guys, Jordan Downey here to discuss my short fan film, Critters Bounty Hunter. Now, if you've seen the short film or want to know a lot more, I put together 6 really in-depth making of videos that talk all about how we made this, from A to Z, every step of the process, so I suggest on my channel watching those videos first. If you just want a quick crash course on this short film, then stick around, you're in the right place. So Critters is my favorite movie of all time. That's a 1986 little furry, fuzzy alien space creatures movie that had a few sequels. This short came about because Warner Brothers announced that they were going to make a Critters web series, and I wanted the directing job. So I went out and made this short film as basically a pitch for me to get that gig. This is what ended up coming out. Now, the bounty hunter in the costume, that's actually me in that costume. I was wearing a green screen hood on set that we later replaced with this digital holographic kind of head effect. But on set, it was me in a green screen hood. And so all of that was done digital. Bounty hunters coming upstairs. The idea was always that it would basically be a very simple story. A bounty hunter would hunt a critter, and it would go from point A to point B, and it would be all about the hunt and all about the bounty hunter. There wasn't going to be any humans, there wasn't going to be dialogue, it was going to be all visual, and it would just be about this hunt. The Pastoroni thing here is kind of my little nod to, in Critters 2, if you're a fan of the series, the bounty hunters go into this fast food restaurant called the Hungry Heifer, and they come out of it later after decimating all of the critters, holding this fast food drink, and they're kind of shaking it. The bounty hunters have this odd obsession with American culture and food, specifically in that case, and so I wanted to put a little nod in there. Now here we have the bounty hunter coming in. This was all a house in Mammoth Lakes, California that we shot at. It was our producer and friend Ricky's house, and his family let us come up there and shoot. Now here on the TV, you'll recognize that face. That's Terrence Mann, and that's an episode of The Dresden Files on Sci-Fi. Terrence Mann played Ugg, the bounty hunter, the main bounty hunter character in the first 4 Critters films, so I had to find a way to fit him in here into a little cameo. So here we have the bounty hunter stalking the critter through the bedroom here, and this was kind of an interesting little thing. It didn't really turn out the way, I had hoped, but one of my favorite little things to do with the camera is actually to move the camera away from your main characters. Now, the idea of this shot was that we would pan away from the bounty hunter, looking in and zeroing in on this cabinet, thinking maybe something's inside of that. And when he gets over there, it was all a decoy. There was nothing in there. But I always love the simplicity of making a camera leave your main character and taking the audience to somewhere else that they don't necessarily want to go. I think there's something really inherently scary about that. So another little decoy here coming up. That was a stuffed animal or something in there. It kind of looks critter-like, but then we have the reveal of the critter actually here, hidden on a shelf of stuffed animals. The critter leaping out and grabbing him. Now, what's interesting about this is I'm actually puppeteering the critter and playing the bounty hunter at the same time. So my hand is up inside that puppet until it comes off there and becomes a ball. The reason for that is it was easier to do it that way than to have another person in there. The "oh fuck" line is totally a callback to Critters 1 when one of the critters gets blasted and the other one says fuck. Stabbing it against the wall here, I thought that was really kind of an interesting angle because we've seen the bounty hunters blast the critters with cannons, but in Critters 1, there's a small reference to a knife coming out of a sheath or going into a sheath on the bounty hunter's leg. as they're suiting up before they get to Earth in the beginning of the first movie. And so we've introduced that they have knives in the series, but it was never paid off. They never actually did anything with those. So I kind of thought, oh, that'd be interesting to use that as our kind of kill weapon for the short. Now here we have the eggs. There's always got to be critter eggs, right? An actual funny little original idea for this is that in the script I wrote that there would be a critter, another living critter that was actually giving birth to these eggs, a mother critter, and the bounty hunter would show up and blow it away in addition to the eggs. And there would be this like touching animal birth moment that was, you know, aggressively interrupted by a bounty hunter's cannon decimating them all. And we ended up just not being able to blow up another critter, so it was stuck with the eggs, but I thought that would be kind of funny. So that was it. That was our little short fan film. Really, it's more of a scene. Like and that was kind of the point. I wanted it to feel like this is just a scene from a Critters film. But within that, it would encompass a lot of the elements and the ideas that I liked from the previous series, but it would also give you a taste and a flair of something new in what Critters would look like shot in HD with visual effects, updating the bounty hunter's head, but also still using some practical effects. So I really wanted to blend that updated look, but not losing touch with the feeling and the vibe and the magic and heart of what made Critters special to me. Like I said, I've got a bunch of behind the scenes videos up on my YouTube channel that walks you through every step of how we made this short. I hope you guys like it ultimately. That's the most important thing to me. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Talk to you soon.